We're going to have a bit of, bit of chat and banter tonight. Let's do it. There you are, folks. How you all doing? You're all very welcome to the Walker Talker Chat Show, where we just have a bit of banter every night here, 8 to 10. So you're very welcome to tonight's show. My special guest, unfortunately, he just rang about 10 minutes ago. Unfortunately, something has happened in the family and we can't have him on the show tonight, unfortunately. So we have no special guest tonight, but we have you guys. So if you want to ring in, you're all very welcome to give me a bell and have a bit of banter. Yeah, we had one of the lads on last night from Codaline where we had a bit of banter. We had Jason Boland on last night, and he was actually a bit of crack. He was a great bit of skit, and I enjoyed talking to him. He was really, it's a real kind of casual kind of chat, and he was a really nice guy. And we showed some of the videos that he had as well when he was getting engaged to when he was asking his fiancée to marry him, but on the stage of Sheeran, of all the places to ask to get married in Crow Park. Great place, great memory. There we go, some brilliant stuff. Tina McFadden, how's it going? Davey Kyo, how's all doing? It's a fantastic day out there. So I'm, I'd say loads of people are probably sitting at the back garden. They'll probably have a few beers cracked open and doing that thing, you know what I mean? Because that's what you do when you get glorious days like this. So we see how tonight goes with all you guys. If you just want to jump in on board, you're very welcome to jump in on board. Now, let me see. I forgot to do something with my page. I forgot to send it over to, because loads of people watch the show on my Anthony Walker page. And they don't watch it on the Walker Talker page because they're probably just too lazy to click on like or follow on that. So I send it over to my Anthony Walker page so people can see it live over there. So I haven't done that as of yet. If I don't do that, they probably won't get to see it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll do. I'll send it over to these guys. I normally do that at the very start before I start the show, but I haven't done it, so I'm going to do that now for everyone so they can see us on my ordinary page, where my main private page, my friend's page, and we'll send it over to there so they can join in with us as well, so I'm going to send it over to there. I forgot to do that. Imagine forgetting it, because there's loads of friends over there on that specific page, and so I'm going to send it over to those. Because if they don't like the page, the Walker Talker page, well then they won't know that I'm actually live. So there we go. So now they'll know. They'll get a notification saying that we're live, and people can jump in on board. Yes, they can. Unfortunately, why don't you try and ring Sil Fox? Yeah, I'd love to have Sil on the phone and congratulate him, but I don't like ringing people cold. Norman, it's from Norman Clifford. Yeah, I actually, I could get him on the phone. I could probably get him on board and say congratulations. Because I was looking at the news briefing on when he came out and gave a statement after the court. What a complete, absolutely ridiculous and silly allegation. The woman asked him for a selfie in a photograph, and he took the photograph and walked away and told nothing more of it until obviously the guards arrived at his door or whatever way that happened. And turned out that he went back over the footage and didn't see any wrongdoing. So, there is some people out there. It must be. I'd say the most horrible thing you could be accused of is something like that when you haven't done it, and especially when there's video footage. Thank God for video footage sometimes. Huh? Sometimes it can incriminate you, or it can release you from your burdens. Yes, it can. Yeah. So congratulations to Sil, because they had strong video evidence that absolutely nothing happened. So yeah, Sil would be a good guy to get on the phone. I'd love to have him on, and I'd be delighted to have a chat with him. We wouldn't have to go too in depth, even though all that court case and all that is all over, and all the people in the entertainment world, gave him full support, and never believed any of it for a minute. The man, Sil is 87 years of age, so I don't think Sil, he's not that type of person. He never was, never will be, So so fair play for getting out. The truth came out in the end. So yeah, Norman, would be good to have him on the show. Yeah, Davey Coe, Chrissy Dignam is live to make money for cancer. Brilliant. That's great. Yeah, he did say he was going to go live, Chrissy Dignam, and do that. Norman, he is an absolute gentleman. Yeah, so Chrissy Dignam is live as well, and a lot of people go over to Chrissy's page. He's as soon as he says he's going live, he goes live every once in a while, probably once a month so far, or once or twice. And when he does, he gets a fantastic response, because loads of people get to see him in action. And I'm a Christy fan myself, big Christy Dignam fan. I love what he does, and he's a nice guy. And that's the main thing about all the people out there in this game, in entertainment and stuff like that, actors and all that sort of stuff. Most of them generally get on because of their personality type. They get on because they have they're not divas, they're down to earth, and they do other people favours and give people a hand out, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to give a bit of a dig out from time to time, and there is one or two out there that won't do that. There is one or two who still think they're fairly uppity duppity, and that kind of bullshit bothers me, because you're just a person, and always just be yourself, because even President Trump or whoever, you name it, any of all these top, they're just people. At the end of the day, they're just people. And by the way, I better remember this birthday. I have a birthday there. I have Paula Spain is Emily Paula Spain. Her daughter is celebrating her birthday here tonight, and so Emily, she's 15 tonight, and I have to say happy birthday, or Paula will go bonkers if I don't say happy birthday. So we're going to sing happy birthday. Well, I'm not. Here they are. Are you ready? This is for Emily. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Birthday to you.
Yay! There we go. Now I hope she's at the seeing that, because there we go. I hope she's seen that, because if she didn't see it, do you know what that means? That just means I have to play it again, which I don't mind. I don't actually mind. I like singing candles. They're pretty cool. Yeah, happy birthday. So there we go. Emily is 15. Happy birthday to you. Let me see. I just have to say a big hello as well to oh yeah, Nolene. My sister-in-law is in hospital, Nolene O'Connell, and she watches the show every single night. Even in the hospital, she brings her phone with her, and she sits down and watches the show. So Nolene, I hope you're happy, sitting in there, chilled out. I hope you're relaxed, and you're very welcome to the show and join in. And I hope you feel better really soon. And we're all thinking about you. All right, so that's just for you, Nolene. All right, so I'll say hello to you once or twice throughout the program, as I promised I did last night as well. I was thinking of you, so I'm still thinking of you here tonight as well. Maria Butler, brilliant. Maria Butler says, that's brilliant. There we go. Hey Marie, how are you? How's it going? You're very welcome to the show here tonight as well. Isn't it absolutely stunningly warm outside? It's absolutely roasting, Tonight I won't be, or tomorrow night I won't be on. I took the Friday off because it's kind of a long bank holiday weekend. And what the family do is they normally play music bingo on a Friday night outside. And I said, I'm going to take the night off. I'm going to take the Friday off. I'm going to have a few old beers with the friends out in the front garden and enjoy myself in the lovely hot weather. The weather's supposed to be absolutely gorgeous over the weekend. And I'll be out and about over the weekend. So hopefully I'll probably see you here, there and everywhere. I'll be popping around the place on the weekend. But yeah, so, and if you want to ring in on the show, you can ring in 087 6607 523 if you want to give me a bell, yeah. Celine Murphy, yes, Celine, yes, that's Celine is my cuz, and actually I want Celine I want you to ring me as well. You can ring me on my own phone if you want later on, because on Thursday this will be the first time we'll be doing a show about mental health and depression and a few other things that people need to find out in this kind of time. So I said, look, we need to do this. Jeff Keating is going to come on board as well. He's going to jump on board, not as a medium, just from his experience with people with depression and stuff like that. And he wants to come on and have a little banter. And you never know, you never know what he's going to pull out of the bag. You know what I mean? So Jeff wanted to do that. So we're going to get Jeff on board. And I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to, I wanted to bring in some people who actually do this for a living or study psychiatry or have answers and stuff. So I have two people, and they actually, the reason why I'm reaching out to these two people is, this is the field they work in, and it just so happens that they're actually my cousins. That's just coincidence, but that's what they do. And so I was talking to my cousin's Alice, which is high up there, and she works at this day in, day out. And so she's saying, well, people don't know where to go for help. They don't know where to start. You know what I mean? If there's something like if you're depressed or if you're worried or stuff like that. So on Thursday, and Alice is brilliant like this, because what you can do even after the show, she says, people can continue to ring me after the show. I'll give out the number, and she says I'll point them in the right direction. I'll give them either the correct website to go to or the correct person to go to, whether it would be, Citizens Advice, whether it'd be if you needed to see somebody to talk about something. So that's all coming up on Thursday. So we're doing that because times are just kind of upside down at the moment for us all, and so Thursday is going to be very important, and yeah, I'd like you to join in on Thursday with that, and we'll shake that all down. We get a few people on. We might even get one or two people to tell us their stories, like about depression and stuff like that, and how they shook it off and how they got out of it. So we will do that. We'll do that, because I think it's important to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There really is, and that's why I actually wrote that song. As I said before, it's called "Find the Light," and that's on it's on Spotify, so you can check it out. Anthony Walker, "Find the Light," and that's what that song was about. It's about depression, but it doesn't sound like that's what it's all about. It doesn't. It just says, you can find the light. So that's what the Thursday is all about. Now, I actually have a quite a big lineup as well next week. Monday, I'm going to have Rod Stewart. Now, Rod Stewart is one of the top artists, one of the top tribute artists to Rod Stewart. He actually looks like him. He's a brilliant performer, and he's as mad as a brush. Yeah, he's as mad as a brush. He's a bit of laugh. He's a bit of banter. I think if I remember correctly, I think he's from Manchester. I think that's his original. And he's got that accent, you know what I mean? He's got the geezer accent, and he just be on here. He watches the show here all the time. And I must get, he's mad at, I didn't realise that he believed in, the mediums and spirits and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? If he was into mediums, sorry, that part of it. But yeah, so probably get Jeff to do a reading on him one of the times and see what he comes up with. Also on the same night, I'm going to have Aaron Brown. Okay, now Aaron Brown, I'm going to get him on. He's a very talented man, musically. And what happened? I know Aaron a long time. I know his dad, obviously even a longer time. But I know him just about nearly as long as each other. But Aaron, at the beginning of his life, he was diagnosed with dyslexia, and then he also had I'm not too sure if it was ADHD or something like that. But he found all these things difficult to deal with, work and stuff like that, and just. But he just took to, he went training in for the fighting, UFC style fighting. And he took to it like a duck to water. And he only started, and he just started winning all his fights. It was like he found something it was like he was home. And he just started winning loads and loads of fights, and he made it look effortless, So he has loads of belts, and he's been winning all his fights. So I'm looking forward to getting him on board. It's great to hear that story. Somebody getting up the ladder like that and finding their calling, and that's definitely Aaron's. You know what I mean? On Tuesday, yeah, we're going to have Jeff Keaton is back on Tuesday, and we always have good banter with Jeff. Jeff comes out with some mad ass stuff, and the phone lines absolutely go off the they'll be ringing off the hook here, and so we'll be getting them on there. What's Norman saying to me? A lot of entertainers suffer with depression. It's a constant going thing, from being on a high of a gig and then back to normality. And do you agree, Anto? Yeah, kind of, because when you come in from a gig, Norman, I think most entertainers are going to tell you they can't go to bed. You just can't go to bed. You can't walk in the door, just walk up the stairs and get into bed. If anyone can do that, well, fair play to you, but I can't do that. You're still on this kind of other high, you know what I mean? It's a kind of like you need to come down. You need to watch the telly for a minute. You need to probably have a drink. You need to have a cup of tea. Whatever it is that makes you unwind. But you need to unwind, from what you've been doing. Because it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little higher adrenaline type of, you've been at this all night, and then you can't just walk in the door and just go, oh yeah, I'm going to run up the stairs into bed, because you're still firing on all cylinders and more. You know what I mean? That's the way it works. I think the biggest come down I ever had, Norman, and everyone there. I done a gig. This was the biggest come down ever, and I still kind of regret it and still feel it now. I done a gig in the Waterfront in Belfast, and it was an independent gig. It was the first venue that I took on that was massive. On my own back, I took that Pacific venue on. Now I was doing part of a tour, but we took on that Pacific one, and we went and done it, and it sold out. We had 2,000 people at it, and we done the gig. Even going up to the gig, I was kind of going, holy shit balls, you know what I mean? It was one of the biggest ones, and probably because it was independent, and you just say to yourself, anything goes wrong here, you know what I mean? Everything was on my shoulders, because it was the Jackson show, and so everything had to be right. You had to get everything on the money, because everything was riding there, and you had 2,000 people. So we done the show. But after little do people know, after a show in a theatre, you have a thing that's called a get out. It's just basically, it is what it is. Get out. Theatres don't hang around, okay, because there's such a big turnaround for the next act coming in the next day. So there's no way on this earth you can leave anything belonging to yourself in a theatre when you're finished that night, unless you're doing the next night. So if you're not doing the next night, you have to take your stuff, you have to take your gear, you have to offload as soon as. So you'll see the stage doors open when everyone's gone, about half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour later, when everyone has everything packed. Then the doors will open and the vans will get loaded. That's what they do. So we basically done our show. One of the biggest shows, probably one of the highlights of a lot of the gigs that I've done. It was definitely a highlight for me, and I'll tell you why now in a sec. But we done that gig, and 2,000 people packed down all the stuff and drove home. And I was standing in my kitchen, like Belfast, only an hour and a half away. So an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I was just standing in the kitchen, and it was just such a big, like, mental crash, because you've just been entertaining 2,000 people and then you're just standing in your kitchen by yourself. It's just, that's not a good one. That's a tough cookie. It's a tough cookie. And one of the scenes from the Man in the Mirror show that we done up there in the waterfront in Belfast, one of the scenes still rattles out in my brain. We had one of the songs that used to just have massive applause and massive pull on it, you know what I mean? It was a song that we used. It was the Earth song, and we used that to close down for the interval. So it was the last song for the interval, and normally in most of the venues the curtain would come down, but in the waterfront in Belfast it doesn't have a curtain. The stage is that big. It doesn't need one, so the only way to leave the stage is to walk off, and everyone has to turn and just leave the stage. That's the way it works, because there's no big curtain. Now, I don't know if they've since put one in, but there wasn't one there for a long time. So we were doing the gig there, and one of the scenes that we had was I got this army tank built. It cost me about €3,000, I think it was, yeah. And it looked like an actual army tank. It was full size. It was the size bigger than a car, and so we had the army tank come out onto the stage, and then the guy that actually built it was part of the show, and he'd come out through the turret and jump down dressed as a soldier. It was part of a piece that Michael Jackson actually done on tour, so I kind of replicated it, but I built a big tank. So he jumped down, and he'd get down and he'd put a big rifle to my head so during that part of the song we just have a no holding, and we just a compelling note or chord, and it just and in the silence of that 2,000 people, 2,000 seater, there was just one little voice of a little boy, and all he shouted up, because the soldier had the gun to my head for this end part of the show, and he just goes, "Don't shoot," and there's this little Northern Ireland accent, and that still is just stuck in my head, because there wasn't a dry eye in the house after the little guy said that, because the moment he just pierced the moment, you know what I mean? It was an incredible piece. It still sticks in my head even now, But Norman, you're right. Coming down off big gigs like that, yeah. And then there's a lot of comedians suffer with depression, although they're laughing, but they're probably laughing for all the wrong reasons. It's like they say, I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that. People just, they say fat people compensate, to make up, they're trying to be funny and bubbly. They say all these things. How true is all that? But I don't know. Like, a comedian's trying to cover up, is that the way it works? I'm not quite sure about that. But is that the case? Because, like, there's a lot of comedians. Look at Robin Williams. I mean, he eventually, he was one of the best. He was one of the best by a long shot, you know what I mean? So yeah, depression is a big thing. It doesn't matter if you're big, fat, skinny, large, small, black, white. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. The thing is, like, we have to help each other. And all it is Bono wrote a great song called "Stuck in a Moment." And that's all it is. You're stuck in that moment. That if that moment passes, you might not hurt yourself, you know what I mean? Because I've explained this before. The way I see it is, if you can't if somebody tells you a puzzle, I said this last night. If let's say somebody says, right, if you have two sticks, how do you make that stick get over to there without moving without moving this and without moving that? You know, you don't know how to do it. Well, then one of the things is, you know, learning how to get from one point to the other. You know, getting from one side to the other side, and how do you do that? You know what I mean? So you don't know how to do that until the person who knows the puzzle tells you how to do it. So now you see a different way of approaching the same problem, but in a different way, but you got to the point where you needed to get to. So in your head, when you have that problem, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel because you don't know the way out until you talk to somebody else, and then they mention, oh, did you think of that? And you just didn't think of this other way out. You didn't know there was another door or another way or another approach, and you still got to that point in where you get out at the end. So that's all it's about. So you just have to talk, and if you talk, you're out of the woods, and that stuck in the moment, you're gone. You know, you're out of the moment, and you live to tell the tale. So that's the way I think it kind of works a little bit. You know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I will have all the right people on Thursday, and I'm looking forward to getting them all on. And all those things do. It is hard coming down from doing entertainment, and I'm sure it is with all comics and all that, because the same approach. They all come in from. They're all on the stage. You know what I mean? Comics and stuff like that, and they want to come down off that high as well. They're still entertaining, say, 2,000 people, and they're on that high for that moment. And when they come off the stage, it's kind of mayday, mayday, crash landing. Yeah, so that type of thing happens. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a tough one. So I hope that Sil Fox. I hope he's good. I hope he's feeling it. I mean, that I'd imagine that something like that would be just, you know, I've come across similar kind of things like this all the time. You come across really strange people, like in the 30 years that I've been doing entertainment. You do come across one or two, you know, along the road. And I remember I was doing a gig, and there was one woman had to be escorted for trying to break in the back doors of the Helix. To come in to see me in the show, and she had to be escorted away. So there's mad things like that. That's just one instance, but there's loads of stuff like that goes on and on and on, and I could tell you probably loads of them. But yeah, there's stuff like that goes on all the time. So yeah, let me see what everyone's saying. Yeah, so Thursday, yeah, that'd be great. Tina is saying, and Marie, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, no, for you. Well, you just understand what I'm saying. Like, I'm just trying to show people there is a different. So if you just have a bit of banter, and I did bring up last night as well. I thought Daniel O'Donnell and his wife on the Late Late Show. I caught the repeat of it. I was going up to bed and I was flicking through the stations just before I was going up to bed, and they were talking about St. Vincent de Paul. So that is really a good cause, and with the way things are upside down at the moment. Look at. If push comes to shove and I have to go to Vincent de Paul, I will be there, right? Okay. If I need a hand, if I need food or money or something to survive or whatever till you get past this bullshit that we're in, we all have to do that. So if anyone needs that, just go. You know, they're a very good organisation, and so, you know, people are going to need help at the moment, and people are probably worried. Like, they have people with mortgages, people with landlords, and they're on the COVID payment. And how do you give a landlord, you know, the rent when you've only got a COVID payment? So you need to know all these things. Now, okay. I'll get to that song now. There is a song that I have. I'll play it now in a second. I'll just get the name of the song off. Let me see. I wrote out a song. There is a song that I wanted to play. I'll play it now in a second. I'll root it out. La 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 la. Da, da, da. I'm going to see if it's on Spotify. I had the lads from Codaline on, the bass player on last night. It was great fun. I'll get to that song in a sec. There is a song I wanted to play. I'll see if I can find the link video for it in just a second. I'll pop it up. I'll get it. Stevie Carroll is actually. You can probably send me the link to that song on my messenger, and I'll pop it out there, and I'll let people probably. I don't know if I could show them the video. I probably could. Yeah, I probably could show it on. I think I can hook YouTube over and show them that song. But I'll definitely play that on Thursday anyway. That's definitely going to be played on Thursday. And yeah, so you can jump in and you can give me a shout on the phone. Yes, you can jump in. So 087 6607 523 is the number you can get me on. My other number decided to call it a day and done a backflip and folded up. But yeah, Vodafone did look after me very well and told me my old number will be restored on Friday because they said I had no backdoor access or something like that, and it's on there. It's their fault. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not sure how that works. Good day, and what a day. Yeah, it is. Mark Barty, how's it going? How are you? You're very welcome on board. Helen Mack, how are you? You're very well as well. Another beautiful day. He's all coming in out of the cold now. He is, because it's starting to get cold now. Freeze leasing, is it? Yeah, of course it is. Let me see. I'll just see if I got this message here, and I'm going to root out this song. If I can play the video, I will play it. You know what I mean? Let me see. I'll get the link here. Yes. Yes. Let me see. Here we go. I'll get my. Yeah. I'm going to try and play this song for you. Let me see. I want you to see the video, you see. So hang on a second. I'll go over here, and I have the song here, but I want you to see the video. So that's what I do. I'll add the video to the screen for you guys. I'll let you see the video. 1 second. This song was written about depression, but it's called Hold On. So I'm just gonna let me see. We're looking for YouTube. So hold on to your underwear there, guys. Hold on to your underwear. Yeah. So YouTube. I've no special guests tonight, unfortunately. What happened at 10 to 8, I got a last minute phone call, and unfortunately the family got bad news. So unfortunately I can't have my special guest on tonight for all those reasons. But we will have him back on again. So let me see. I'm going to get this things I do for you guys. The things I do. It's the Stevie Carroll fella. By the way, Stevie Carroll is working with me on the show now. He's one of the administrators. He's one of the guys working on many things with me and many projects that we have on the go that we're going to be lining up for you to see. We're going to work on bringing you the best of things, which we have been doing. We've been trying our best to bring special guests. I'm just getting this song ready for you guys. That's all I'm doing. I'm getting it ready for you so you can see it. I'm going to show it to you now. Now, here's the video here. I'm going to play it for you. Okay, this is called Hold On.
Talking when you think there's no one else around. You gotta get your feet back on the ground. Help me to help you in this fight. I promise you we're gonna make it right. And if you hold on, you'd help me sleep much better. Will you please hold on? I wanna understand promise you we're gonna make it right. If you can't tell me that you hold on, you help me sleep much better. Will you please hold on for me? Will you please hold on for me?
Oh, there we go. That's Davy Lewis. That's Hold On. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that one from Davy there. We just said we'd play that for you. Hang on a second. I'll just, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Give that. Now, so there we go. It's a song. He wrote that song about depression, and it's true. You paste on a smile. You paste on a smile. We might even get Davy to give us a bell and tell us, how he was. Until he started, and what made him come up with that specific track. You know what I mean? Good. Yeah, so loads of people to write these songs and stuff like that, trying to help other people. That's basically what those songs to be about. They're not about they don't write them just specifically for themselves. They be trying to reach out to other people suffering with the same problem or the same thing at the same time. I know that's what I wrote Find the Light for, because I wrote the song Find the Light for people, doing the walk in darkness into light. But I also seen them if you find your way out of the darkness into the light and you come away from the depression, you work your way back out with a bit of help. So that's what my song, my version of it was. So all these people that write all these songs, it's a little hand. It's a handout to say, come on, it's okay. Let's we're here with you. So that's what it's all about. So what are you all up to? You know what I mean? You's all big pack of sweaty up all night. Just I had me Guinness over, or not me Guinness. I had me whiskey. I had last night. I was having a Guinness. Jason Boland was having a Guinness. I was having a cheers. He had a Guinness. I had the whiskey, and we were having a cheers. Jason Boland from Coda Line was on last night, and we were having a bit of banter. So we've loads coming up in next week's show. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to having Rud Stewart. He's going to be on. He's in Sweden at the moment, so he wanted to come on, and he actually watches the show quite a lot as well. He just be on the show. He's. You can stick this over onto your YouTube channel. Yes, if you have YouTube, bang it on there. See there? Stick it on. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well if you want to. I'm not making it. I'm not going to break your fingers or anything like that. But if you want to, you can. And then if you hit the bell, you just get notices when the video goes live on YouTube. I know actually quite a few people now watch the show on YouTube on their TV because they find it much easier when they're in the house. They put it on full screen and just get on with whatever else they're doing, like having a cup of tea or a few cans, or just watch it like the TV. And if I have any special guests on, they watch the special guests on the show and watch Jeff and all those people. So I'm looking forward to having Rudders Stewart on the show on Monday, and Aaron, with the Beard of Boxing, the UFC, he's going to be on. Tuesday he's going to be Jeff. Wednesday I have who's my special guest? Imagine that. I can't think of my special guest. It just slipped my mind. I have them. Oh yeah, I know who it is. I can't even. The reason why it's slipping my mind, I can't actually pronounce his name is kind of French. It's Paul Travaillard or something like that. I can't say it. I've learned how it's pronounced. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's French, but he's a very well known chef. He's on my page, and I don't know how to pronounce his surname properly. Triage or Triage. I can't say it. No, I can't. I'm only making up his surname, but I know him. Before I got him on as a special guest, I was actually watching his page all the time. I was looking at some of the stuff he was doing for when the lockdown came in. I know it was devastating for him, and he was doing his best to look after all his staff. And I remember watching that video and seeing what he was doing to try and help his staff and pay them for the next couple of weeks and stuff like that, because everything was stopping. So I'm looking forward to getting him on. I say he's going to be a bit of crack. Now, he does a lot of cooking with a live audience and stuff like that. So God knows what he's going to bring to the kitchen on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to getting him on. And Paul, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name just properly just yet. I'm not good at that. I don't know. I hate the thoughts of trying to pronounce it if it's French and it's just not pronounced properly. I don't know. I'll get it right. I'll basically ask him, how do I pronounce your name properly? It's French. It's on my page anyway. Yeah, you can see it there. And but I was watching his videos on how he was trying to make his business survive. But he was more so standing up for his staff. You know, he was thinking of those. I have to say now, in fairness to him, he was trying to think of Traverse. Go on then, Mark. Yeah, I can't. It's on there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because V's and W's and all that mean different things in different languages. They're not pronounced the same. Triad. Looking forward to this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like I will bash it all out. Let me see. God, it's warm in this studio. It's warm in this studio, guys, tonight. It really is. Imagine I do this just for you guys. Normally I run a quiz on a Thursday, and of all the nights when my special guest something happened where he just couldn't come on, and he couldn't get on, and obviously he joined the show, and Paddy Fitz, and so he got a last minute phone call about 10 minutes before the show, and so I don't think we're going to be hearing from him tonight. We'll probably have to reschedule that meeting and that get him up onto the show. He would have been a great bit of crack, but when you get a bit of bad news, you're just not up for a bit of banter. Sure, you're not really, no. So I normally have a quiz that I normally put up I normally have it here on a Thursday, and of all the nights I didn't do a quiz was tonight. It's Murphy's Law, isn't it, really? You know. But you can call me if you want to give me a bell. You can give me a bell anyway about anything. If somebody knows how to pronounce his name properly, because I don't want to make an arse of it again, you can ring me if you want and tell me, exactly how it's pronounced, because it's a French name. You know, the other thing I'm crap at. You know, I'm really bad at Irish and stuff like that. I wasn't good at all that as a kid, you know what I mean? But I'm good at putting together. I can put together. I'm good at imagining things, and I know how to put them all together. So I'm better at other things. You know what I mean? I'm good. Like I know how to use all these softwares, and I get my head around that sort of stuff quicker. Music, songs, all that sort of stuff, or making things. I can do all that sort of stuff. I'd be good at woodwork and metalwork and all that sort of stuff. Probably because I have an interest in it. As a kid, I used to make, do you know what I used to do? In Finglas, there used to be just bits of bikes everywhere, all over the place. You'd find the BMX here, the Rally Burner over there, parts, you never really find a bike at the side of the road with a wheel on it or no wheels on it, and there's just a brake lever. Well, I'd go over and I'd take all the bits as a kid. I was only a young man. I was only about probably 12, and I had a hobby of collecting all these bits of bikes. So like, even if there was a bike at the side of the road, I'd go over and I'd just take the brake lever off it or whatever, or take the whole thing home and respray it and rebuild it. And I used to build loads and loads of bikes of leftovers of bikes, and it was a hobby, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. You could have a rally burner with a little wheel on the front and a big one on the back. I made my own rally chopper, so it was great fun. So I'm imaginative like that. I'm not very good at my half of these words, you know what I mean? I'm not really good at them at all. The heat's getting to you. It's very warm out there. Yeah, it is, Marie. It is warm. It's Shimon out there. It is warm. Yeah, and see, if a few people asked me, why don't you bring a fan into the studio? And I was going to. And maybe I should, or maybe I should just get a small one or something and put it down on the floor where you can't. But like normally when you bring a fan into the studio, you don't know. It's not the sort of thing you see because if you get a fan, all you hear against the microphone is. So you get that, you know what I mean? All you hear is the wind blowing across the microphone, and that's what you don't see. Or clocks. That's another thing you won't see in the studio. Drive you insane. And not only that, it'd be in all your recordings. So it's not good. It's not good to have, but that's if you're at a recording studio. Which this is basically what I use this studio for. It's my own private like studio that I use for recording songs that I like, you know. I'll let you hear some of the demos that I had last night, and I'll put them out and let you hear them, you know what I mean, because that's the way I write on the fly. There's only a handful of songs I've written, as I said, penned them down. Most of them I write them on the fly, which is I do the music and then I write the words later, or I sing it. I go by the chords or I listen to it. So I'm creative that way. And in other words, on the other side of me, I'm a feckin' door brain. But like otherwise, I'm creative in other ways. So I make up for it, just like everyone else. There used to be a guy who used to gig with me, okay? He used to give me a hand gigging years ago. And he couldn't read. He couldn't read at all. Okay? And all we had all these CDs, and they were CDs with just numbers on them. They were just numbered, and we had a list of what all these CDs were. It's gone back a long time. And it'd be just number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. But there'd be about 200 discs in this case. But he had a great way of basically what he'd do is when we'd be out gigging, and when we get to the gig, if somebody asked this guy for a song, I am not messing, he couldn't read it. He couldn't read a thing. There was no labels on these discs. Somebody had asked for a song. It could be either a song that you'd want to hear DJ wise, or it could be a song that you wanted to hear on karaoke. And basically what he'd do, he'd actually just flick through the pages, take out the disc, and he'd go, it's number 6 on that disc. And you'd play it, and that'd be the song. So people make up these mad ways of remembering things, and they have other abilities. And so it's always, you know, people always, they always amaze me. They always amaze me how people. I was watching a program one time about a guy. He was in a car accident. And I think it was a car accident he was in. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's now on YouTube. But after his accident, he started seeing everything. Everything he looked at basically had a measurement, precise measurements. He could see everything in precise. His brain was calculating exactly how big things were, and he can still do that. And he was measuring things in his mind. Every time he looked at it, he knew the dimensions of it straight away after having this accident. So the mind is really, really, really strong. I've heard a few people having those things happen to them. There was another guy had another accident, a different guy, and it seems to happen to people through trauma. And one of the things that happened to him was he was able to. When you add up, say 2 million multiplied by 3 on a calculator, you know, you get all these numbers and digits. Well, the calculator will only give you this much of the equation, and basically on the equation would probably be another maybe 20,000-30,000 numbers that will each go behind it. So it'll be 0.107351, the complete actual breakdown of the answer, you know. So one of the things that this guy was able to do, if you gave him a mathematical sum, and he's on YouTube, you can check him out. I'll see if I can find him. If I find him, I'll play him on the screen here for you. But like what he can do is, right, when you give him the mathematical sum, he does all the mathematics in his head, and then you ask him for the answer. Now the answer was in a book this big, okay, this wide, with pages and pages of just numbers. And it took 6 people sitting at a table. You know, he was just calling out the number. They had to go through each number, 6 of them, with the same printout. And so they didn't miss any. And they just had a pen, and they just had to go through each number, mark it off as he said it. And it took him 4 hours or something like that to do the first half of the book, and he took a break. And then he came back and he just started calling out the new numbers and start doing, and he got every single one of them right, and there was millions of them. So the mind is an amazing thing, how it can bring up that ability, you know what I mean? And Jeff was actually reading a guy, and he says to him, he says, you have this ability as well, but you got it after you got a massive bang on the back of the head. This was only on Tuesday night just gone. If you've seen the show, I don't know. And you can look back on the show. It's on the page, and so you can look back on all the shows. I'll leave them on there, and you can look back on them. And also they're on YouTube. They're on my YouTube channel, and you can go back and look at all the shows. And one of the things that the guy said was, he was able to, after this massive wallop at the back of his head, that he became like that. It changed the channel. It's like changing a channel in your head. It's like changing a frequency, and he was able to make contact with spirits from after that accident. So it's a really bizarre one, you know what I mean? The 2 and 2. That's a good one, Mark. I like that 2 and 2. You remember that in school, you know? Yeah, 1 and 1 is 2. You're not your 1 times tables, your 2 times tables, your 3 times tables, and you'd be doing all that. Remember the long multiplication book you'd get, and each page was the multiplications. 9 nines are 9. All you'd have to rhyme them off, and some people were brilliant at it. A few songs. Janie Mackin Nights. Well, the night that's in it, it's a possibility. It's a possibility, Marie. I noticed when I was singing the songs there the other night, I listened back on just 1 or 2 of the pieces. I was looking back for something somebody said, or something like Jeff Keaton or something like that. Or it was the last night show. Yeah, and I just noticed I was a bit too close to the microphone. It was a bit too close. So yeah. So if I'm singing anything, I'll sing back here. La 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 la. Yeah, and also you can ring in as well. You can ring me on the phone. And I don't know if Paula got a happy birthday for her daughter Emily. She's celebrating her birthday. She's 15. I said it at the start of the show, but I'm not too sure if she's even on. Davy Lewis, by the way, and he's going to be on in 5 minutes. Yes, he's going to be coming on. The guy that wrote this song that we just looked at there a minute ago about depression or being sad. So we'll ask him what inspired him to write that. So he's going to be coming on the show now in a minute. We're going to have a quick chat with him and just see how Davey came up with the song and why he wrote the song. And so we'll ask him about that. So he's going to be on now in a sec. We're going to get him on the phone. The phone is ringing. Yeah, so we'll get him on the phone. I will do a song or two for you, Marie Butler, just for you. And if Emily, if you didn't see this already, here's for your birthday. Are you ready, Emily? Here we go, just for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Birthday to you.
Yay! Happy birthday. That's for Emily. She's 15, and her mum Paula Spain asked me to say happy birthday to her, and I just want to make sure she's seen it. That's my second time to play it, Paula, so she better have seen it, and I'll be skin and hair flying on this show. And also I want to say not happy birthday, get well soon to Nolene O'Connell, who watches the show. She's in hospital at the moment, and I'm just letting her know that we're thinking about her. And I hope you're enjoying the show, and I hope you're relaxed and chilled out. And we'll see you when you come back out, and we'll have a cup of tea and a few biscuits. Yeah, a cup of tea and a few biscuits we'll have. Yeah, so we'll get Davy Lewis in a few minutes, and we'll get him on the show, and we'll ask him what inspired him to write that specific song. I like talking to songwriters and stuff like that as well, because I like to know what way they write and stuff, and I get very inquisitive when it comes to that, you know. It does. My sister Sharon has a new song as well, so I won't bring that to you just yet. She sent it to me today. Sounds great. So congratulations to Sharon on that. And Jake Sullivan, the song that I had, Better Days. Look, I'll play Better Days for you. His video is coming out tomorrow. I've been saying this is a great song, but he has a great video, and the video has a twist at the end. That's all I can say. It's something you're not ready for, and great video, great song. I'm going to play the song for you. This is Jake Sullivan, and I'm going to come back to you. I will do a song or two for you. I promise. Here's Jake Sullivan. This is called Better Days.
Wait a minute, 'cause it feels like I've been here before. I'm standing alone and I've been reaching out for help. And though you're here, I know your mind is somewhere else. I never realized I'd find someone who had the same impression that love was a game to play. I really wanna believe what you say, but then I tell myself that I don't wanna live this way. 'Cause baby, we've seen better days, and holding on feels impossible. I think it's safe to say I wasn't meant to fall in love, 'cause I knew I wasn't good enough. And now you see what I really mean when it fades away. Do you remember what we even started fighting for? And I hope you're listening, 'cause I'm done with missing everything we had before. And when our eyes collided, more in love with you I feel. But always reminded, 'cause you hide it so damn well. And I never realized I'd find someone who had the same impression that love was a game to play. I really wanna believe what you say, but then I tell myself that I don't wanna live this way. 'Cause baby, we've seen better days, and holding on feels impossible. I think it's safe to say I wasn't meant to fall in love, 'cause I knew I wasn't good enough. Now you see what I really mean when it fades away. Have you really thought this through? I don't wanna live this way, 'cause baby, we've seen better days. I don't know what you're hiding from, but I'm done with riding out this storm. And holding on feels impossible. I think it's safe to say we were never meant to fall in love if we knew we weren't good enough. Now you see what I really mean when it fades away.
Oh, there we go. That's a great song. Jake Solomon, Better Days. What a song. His video is coming out tomorrow. That's going to be really exciting. I seen the video for the first time today, and I'm a big fan of Jake Solomon because he's a really nice guy. He's a nice man. And I played a song earlier on YouTube. I did, and we had it on earlier on. And hang on a second. I'll just go back to my... Sorry, I'm just going back to here to my... Oh, sorry, yeah. Just give me 1 second. I'll just go back. Sorry, yeah, I'm on the wrong one. Just 1 second. Yes. Now I'll go back here. There we go. Now, we had the song earlier on. We had Hold On, and it's by Davy Lewis. And we actually have Davy calling us all the way. You're based somewhere in the UK, Davy. Hello, how are you?
Not too bad, man. How are you? You
Yeah,
right?
I'm very good. Thanks very much for coming on the show. We were just watching the video earlier on.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks very much.
No,
No, thank you for playing it.
yeah, no, I'm delighted
I
that.
was thinking I probably should have phoned in then, apart from People probably think I had something to do with Jake's great song there. I don't mind taking credit for that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great song. It's a great song, and his video's coming out as well.
He's a great guy as well.
He's a
mate of mine.
lovely guy. He's a gentleman. He's an absolute gent. You know, I really like him. You know, and he's going to go a long way because he's so liked. You know, but
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely brilliant. So, Davey, how are you, mate? Are you okay?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Plodding on, you know.
On this sunny day. Absolutely roasting.
I've been stuck inside all day, but
yeah, I haven't really been here, there, and everywhere. I was a little run around here and there, but it's not the same when you can't just go everywhere. But anyway, we'll get there eventually. But we played the song "Holding On" earlier on because on Thursday we're going to be we decided we're going to put a show on to do with mental health this time next week. So a week from now. We're going to be putting it on because so many people have asked me to do that because so many people don't know how to handle what's going on at the moment because people are getting worried say about holding on to their house and paying the landlord, and people are getting like really anxious, depressed. They're worried about what's going on at the moment, and everything's just upside down for everyone. So what made you come up with the song? How did you come up with that? Why did you?
Well, I mean, the song's quite old, actually. To be honest, I wrote it nearly 10 years ago now.
Right.
And at the time, I had a friend. I mean, I was living in Dublin at the time. We recently moved back to the UK, settled down with a little family, you know. But at the time, a buddy of mine from Brazil was living in Ireland as well. He's also a musician.
Okay.
And just kind of down on his luck, not much was going right for him. And it was one of these kind of situations where you're sort of lying in bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and your foot starts tapping, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden a song idea comes into your head and you end up getting up. And it was one of them songs where I ended up writing it in about half an hour, 45 minutes.
Well, yeah, it's great when
anyway.
It's great when you get a song like that, isn't it? They're rare. They're rare.
It doesn't happen very often.
No, but, normally you get a tapestry because I have about 6 or 7 songs on Spotify, and I do a bit of writing as well. And some of the songs come easy, and it's great when you get a bit of inspiration like that. But
absolutely, but so it was basically written about a buddy of mine, and he kind of got it together and got himself sorted out and everything. It all turned out all right, luckily. But the amount of people that have, told me told me that it's kind of made a bit of a difference to them. It was starting off to be a bit of a shock, But it kind of took a bit of a life of its own on, and kind of spread sort of far and wide, and loads of people have told me that it's made a difference. So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, that alone, is worth everything,
Yeah, because I was saying that earlier on, because I myself, I wrote a song of a similar subject. And I wrote a song because Darkness into Light, I said I'll write a song to do with that, but in the Darkness into Light in my head, obviously what what it's about is to deal with that night is obviously finding your way out of darkness into the light. Obviously that's what so I wrote a song called Find the Light. And I wrote that, but I was telling everyone, people write these songs just like you have. And it's not so much for you, it's to help others. You're thinking of like, there's a way out of here.
There's only so much you can say, I think, to people face to face, just with speaking to them. And sometimes it doesn't come out right if you telling them that you want to help them, and sometimes they don't receive it as well as you thought they would, or sometimes people get embarrassed or nervous, or they just go into their shell and they don't want to talk about anything. But I think with the song, they can listen to it when they want to listen to it, and if it brings them any kind of help or peace sort of within themselves, then it's kind of a bit of a go-to for them. And but not only to listen to it, but for you as somebody who cares to tell somebody that that you're thinking about them, basically. In my song, it's like there's a line there, so that if you hold on, you'll help me sleep much better. So I mean, although it is written for people that may need the help, it's also I need you to be okay for me to be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because like Bono wrote the other one, Stuck in the Moment, and that was I think he wrote that about Michael Hutchinson. Yeah, Stuck in the Moment. Like another like. Like if something does change for like 10 minutes or a half an hour, if someone just called in for that 10 minutes or something, like, he probably wouldn't have got to that moment. And that's a great idea, the way Bono took that into his head. You're just stuck in that moment, you know what I mean? And it's just getting past that moment, isn't it? It's great. It's great that people take time to write these songs to try and I think sometimes when you're writing them, you're probably helping yourself as well. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah, you're helping yourself as well as helping others. But it's a reach out to say, don't do it. You know.
Yeah, there's that element of worry. Of yourself that. If it's a friend or family member, you worry about them, and you need an outlet for your worry or what you want to say. If you can't tell them what they want, what you think they want to hear, you need to find a way of saying it basically. And if as artists, as a musician, if that's the way you do it, then that's the way you have to do it.
Exactly.
If you're a brickie, you might go around and build them a barbecue or something.
That's a good way. I didn't look at it like that. That's a good way of looking at it, actually. Yeah, I never thought of it like that. You see, that's what I was saying to people. Do you know what I was saying to people earlier on? It's like if people get bad thoughts like that or get worried over something like that and they can't see a way out. It's about talking, and it's just like there you brought up another way of approaching it, another way of finding another way out. You've just described building a barbecue, but that could be another doorway out that you just couldn't see. Do you know what I mean? Unless somebody spoke to you about it, I wouldn't have seen, building a barbecue as another outlet until you've said it. So, like, sometimes if you say that to the person who can't see the way out, and you say something that goes, I never thought that I could have done that would have helped me. Well, then it changes things.
I guess I guess sort of what I meant without realising I meant that was, you do whatever you can do to try and help,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where did you? Who came up with the idea with the sellotape, the smile on? That's a good idea for a video.
I got really lucky actually.
Right.
A few years back, so when I wrote the song, we went into the studio. Actually, Stevie Carroll was in there with me.
Right.
He's on the backing vocals towards the end of that song. But a few years back for World Mental Health Awareness Week, I re-released it, and it was kind of the only time it was really released, to be honest. But I got really lucky with a young director from Dublin called Elise Brown, and she basically came on board to make a music video,
right,
for free, basically, to donate her time for a good cause. And it was her idea, like that whole thing. I mean, we kind of brainstormed it, and there was a team. She had a little team, and Mike is the guy in the video. He's a great actor, and they kind of had the idea of pasting on. They were kind of sort of spitballing a few ideas with how to sort of put on a fake smile, and we just thought, well, why not take it to its most basic form. It doesn't really matter what it is. In fact, if anything, the more basic or the more unbelievable it is, then the more effective it might be.
Yeah.
Masking tape and a
yeah, because it's those silly things. Because I remember that band Blur. They won an award for having a milk carton walking down the road. Remember that?
Coffee and TV, was it that one?
That was a brilliant video. They got an award for that
sad
video.
Milk carton.
Yeah, a little sad milk carton walking around the place with, missing or something written on them or something like that. Yeah,
great video.
It was a great video. Yeah, it was a good idea. That's what I'm saying. But like that, I know the idea for the video seems silly, but it gives the video its life, really. You know what I mean? Like people
really does.
with a letting on smile. They're going around like with a false smile on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the week that was in it, it was released on that day, and
right.
you know, within 24 hours, it had sort of 30,000 hits or so. You know,
Wow.
the video.
That's
So
good.
I mean, if that, you know, if that was a, you know, if that helped one person, you know, it's, you know, we've all done something pretty good. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're going to be talking about mental health on Thursday. Now, I generally don't bring up all these mad subjects, but I've decided to put some of these things into the show. So what I'm going to do on Thursday is I'm going to play your video again on the show, and to try and help people. And so I'll play it on the show. Maybe you could tune in, or maybe you'll probably join us for a bit of a banter. But we have loads of
Absolutely.
yeah, loads of different people coming on Thursday, and I mean, you're more than welcome to join in on the conversation. And so we're going to be showing videos, and we're going to have we have some people who are specialise in mental health. So it's not going to be just done off the cuff and what we think is right. It's what these people do. What these people do for a living. So they will tell us the proper approach. You know what I mean? So
yeah, sounds really good.
Yeah, we're bringing on the people who can, because the world's upside down at the moment, and people are just, you know, they don't know what they really, you know, what none of us do. What the hell is going on? You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so it's just
especially scary time for artists in particular, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, yeah. And like I was talking to another girl, and she said, "Well, not." Well, I had this topic there on, I think it was Monday gone. Yeah, Monday it was. And we were saying, well, you know, I know we say artists, but it's the light men, it's the stage managers, the runners, the you know, the whole thing, the merchandise, you know, all the people who make a living from doing setups and touring and rigging, and now there was a guy.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, there was a guy on, and he was saying he's afraid. His name is Brezzy. He does the voice, or he does the voice. He's one of the judges, and he said, I'm afraid the industry could possibly die or suffer a really bad way of coming back, because the people who are in all these fields might go off and get just ordinary jobs because they have to, and then they won't be, those people who specialise in that sort of thing probably won't come back because it's an unsecure way of living. You know, we'd be last on the pecking order. And then the other people that might make their way back now at the moment is a few people were saying the people in the travel industry, like, that's mad. Like, so it's all around, but they're all coming back in different stages. But yeah, definitely right. The entertainment is probably the last one back, I think.
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, I think what's especially scary about it is just the not knowing, isn't it? I mean, if you...
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Definitely.
If you know something, then at least you can try and sort of move on from it. But it's just, you know, I know a lot of people in Dublin in particular, you know, that you know, they rely on their gigs. You know, I mean, it's their livelihood.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, definitely.
Without it, they get nothing else, and it's terrifying.
No, it is, yeah. And then like, and what do you do then? Like I only brought it up earlier on. Like all these charity places, like over here we have Vincent de Paul. I don't know what you have over in the UK. But we'd have that here, and I'd say, you know, people have to contact these when times get hard. To, you know, it's not about pride; it's about surviving at the moment. And then you know, you can give back to these places when you get back on your feet yourself. You know what I mean? So yeah,
absolutely.
You know, yeah, you can do fundraisers for them then. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
definitely. It's all about trying to stick together and help each other out, isn't it?
Oh, you have to. You just have to. Yeah, yeah. But like, I'm definitely going to play a video again. I was delighted to play it, and I want to thank you very much for coming on and having a bit of banter with me. And I'll probably, you know, hopefully I'll either talk to you on Thursday, or we'll play the video again during the show, because it fits. You know what I mean? It fits. I know. And so that's what we'll do with it.
That's great.
But Davey, thanks very much. Yeah.
Thank you for playing it, and yeah, good to talk to you.
Yeah, brilliant. Davey, listen, all the best. Stay safe, and I'll probably talk to you again on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll speak to you Thursday.
All right, see you then. Thank you.
Cheers, man.
See you then. Bye-bye. There we go. That's Davey, the song that we showed you earlier on, the guy with the upside down smile. That's the guy who wrote the song that we showed on the YouTube. I thought it's a very important song to have, you know, so we played that earlier on. There's going to be a competition on Monday. we're going to be giving away 2 front row tickets for the final of the Irish Snooker Masters in Goffs in Kildare on March 28th. So there's some great tickets coming up. There's going to be loads of giveaways coming up on the show. We're going to be adding so much more content. Unfortunately, my special guest, Patrick Fitzgerald, Paddy Fitz, as we know him in the game, we call him Paddy Fitz. We don't call him Patrick Fitzgerald, but that's his actual name. But we just call him Paddy Fitz. Unfortunately, he couldn't come on tonight, and we'll do our best to get him back on again. But we're going to be giving away tickets for that, and we're going to be telling you how you can win those on next Monday. We'll probably we'll launch the competition then, so you'll be able to get 2 front row tickets for the final of the Irish Snooker Masters in Goffs in Kildare for March 28th. So watch out for some of the competitions. And also, if you want to sponsor the show in any way, if you want to put up anything that you want to do with the show, or if there's prizes that you want to give away to promote what your giveaways, or something that you do in the business, it could be, you could make cakes, you could want to give away a cake, you could make certain things or sell certain items, and you want to promote your business, well, as us as wanting to give them away as prizes or tickets for certain shows and stuff like that, you can certainly contact us here, and we'll do our best to include them in the show, and that way we'll give them out, and people will be delighted, and you'll also get to promote your show, and we'll be giving some giveaways. So it's a win-win. We'll be delighted to give away some stuff on our show. So if there's anything you want to promote, you just let me know. It could be anything, whatever it is you think you have, you know what I mean? So you can give me a bell on the show. The number's up on the screen as well. Yes, it's 087 6607 523. That's the number that we have. My old number that I had in the show, the other number, I'll have it back probably tomorrow, and which I won't be broadcasting tomorrow because I've decided to take the Friday off because of the weekend that's in it, and spend a bit of time having a few drinks with friends and family tomorrow because of the lovely weather. So we have a big massive lineup of guests on next week, so let me see who else we have on. We have loads of people coming on and saying hello while I'm busy chatting away there as well. Jade Mooney, all the way there in the lands of Rotty. Yes, they're all the way over there. Marie, I better sing them few songs for you. What ones will I sing? I'll do one or two. She's had to be asked me at the very part of the show. Yes. Now, yeah, Mark Party, yeah. Mark, you're the Spaceball. Let me see. Now, Mary O'Sullivan is on there. I didn't even know. I didn't even see you there for a minute, Mary. But there you are. You're on. Mary is all the way down in Cork, and we had a little talk with her there 2 weeks ago. And we had a great bit of banter, and we had a banter with our dad as well. It was his 74th birthday, I think it was. Am I saying it was the 74th? I think it was. Yeah. No, Jenny. I'm not doing the quiz tonight. I was going to, and in hindsight I probably should have had it ready. Now I do have quizzes ready from previous shows and stuff like that. I could have done all that, but I'm not going to do that tonight because it's a lot of work in it, a lot of work putting it together, and it takes probably 2-3 hours to put that together. I was awake and all about 6:30, 7:15. I was up and all. I was down the stairs and all for 20 past 7. Awake since. I could go to bed at 4 and get up at 7. That's just me. It's just what I do, and I do feel okay, you know. Let me see. I just want to check these messages here. What have I got here? Yeah, I'll go back to all that. So I'm going to start bringing up the different subjects as well on the show, you know, and things that people want to talk about, including some things that happen in the news. We could bring all those things up. Let me see. There was one thing that I did take note of that I wanted to just bring to your attention. Let me see if I still have my note here on it. I don't want to. Okay, let me see. Yeah, the thing that I had on my that came up on the Facebook the last day or so, it was George Floyd. He was arrested by police, and the police officers put his knee on his throat, and although he said he couldn't breathe for, you know, he was handcuffed on the ground and he couldn't go anywhere, the police officer continued to hold his knee on his throat, and the man eventually died. I find that sickening. You know what I mean? I just find all that sort of stuff ridiculously sickening. It's horrible when all that is going on. It's just madness. Sorry, I thought I could hear something there. Sorry, don't know what that was. But yeah, I think it's disgusting. When all them sort of things, when you know, a lot of the time it's American police officers. You know, you don't really, you know, mainly, you know what I mean? American police officers shooting people for no reason and stuff like that. You know, so I don't know what that's all about. But hang on a second, I'm just gonna play this for you, just 1 sec.
When you're out in the open.
Oh yeah, I was going to play that for you, but I won't play that for you just now. Yeah, but I thought that sort of stuff that went on there with that police officer was just, you know, what that police officer done. They said they were sacked or whatever. It's just not good enough for me. Just not good enough for me. I just think all this, you know, all this stuff, you know, like racist stuff and all that. Just we're not gone past that yet. You know, it's 2020. We still haven't gone past all that yet. It's. I mean, when you have a man on the ground, okay, you have a man on the ground, like. You're restrained with handcuffs. You're not going anywhere even if there's a man on your back. Never mind with his knee on your throat and the man is trying to say, I can't breathe. You know, where's the mentality of a cop? Just because he's wearing a suit doesn't mean he has the right to be barbaric and, you know, like, just because he's wearing that, it doesn't give him the right to kill you. You know what I mean? Yeah, just, as far as I know, he was getting accused, George was getting accused of... tried to forge a check or something like that. It was something so petty and ridiculous, and there's no point in losing your life over something like that. The police officer, they're just, you know, they wanted this, you know, you have the guy in custody, he's in handcuffs, why put him on the ground and why put your knee on his head or his throat? I just don't get all this. It fails when I see that. It just makes me so, I want to say fucking angry, and that's what I'm going to say. It does. It really infuriates me when you see that. I can't understand it whatsoever, because I was over in New York, right? I was over there for 5 days, and I just noticed that everybody that had a uniform had a problem. You know, they always, you know, if they were, it's like somebody gave them a uniform and you're in charge of the tickets. Okay, I'm in charge of the tickets. You know, when you were a kid, you got a gold star, and you got to, you know, look after a certain thing. It's like they're getting there's your gold star. You're a good boy. You go on and look after. You put the big tickets on the car over there. It's like I went down to see the John Lennon Dakota building because I wanted to go down and see where John Lennon lived, and it was actually where he was murdered. And I went down, and there was a big black security guard, big good looking guy, big, you know, big lovely uniform on. And I went on, and I was standing on the path right at the doorway of the Dakota building, which, you know, the path over there is called the sidewalk. I said this on the show yesterday, by the way, when I was talking to one of the lads from the, when I was talking to Jason, actually, from the Dakota line. And there's the two lights outside, and they have flames to signify, you know, like everlasting John Lennon, you know, the lights outside, they ran by gas or whatever. And I standing there, and I said, I got a picture over here, and the guy turned around and he says, excuse me, sir, can you step down from the sidewalk? I said, I'm on the sidewalk. The sidewalk's for walking on. And he goes, sir, can you please step down from the sidewalk? I said, but I'm on the sidewalk. It's for walking on. You know, he says, sir, if you don't step down from the sidewalk, I'm going to call the police. So I had to actually stand on the road to get this guy just to shut up. And even going through the airport, it was a silly thing. Like, we're going through the airport and you're miles away from the other person when you're checking in New York in the airport. I think it's JFK, I think it was. And there was a big the booth where you go in, you have to put you have to take a picture of your retina, of your eyeball and your thumb and all your fingers and stuff like that when you're going through. But you're miles away from the other person. You're miles away. But on the ground, there's just ordinary tiles on the ground where you just patterns. They're not there. They're not lines for restriction. They're none of this COVID kind of 2 meters and do this. None of that stuff. It's just patterns on the ground. And I swear to God, I remember my foot. I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to show you how much. I was standing about, God, about 20 foot away from where the first person was going through, and the guy stood up in the booth, and there was loads of booths with people getting off the planes and stuff like that. And he said, "Excuse me, sir," and I'm looking around and thinking, "Is he talking to me?" And he goes, "Yes, you, sir. Can you step back over the line?" And I was looking down, what line? You know, it's just, and the only difference was the line that I was standing on, it was just a black tile pattern was going across. A pattern. It wasn't part of a line as in a security line. And because they were here then everywhere, you know, the pattern on the floor. And so I'm going to show you, my foot was here on the line, okay? And he says, "Sir, can you step back on the line?" And I went like this, behind the line, 2 inches. And he says, "Thank you, sir." Now, what the fuck's that all about? Seriously, you know what I mean? That's when people get all those uniforms and stuff like this, authority. It's beyond, you know, just comprehension, just ordinary, everyday kind of like. Not everybody wants to be bad and kill everybody, you know what I mean? You're just standing there waiting to queue up to get, you know, your passport checked and check in and just go in, have a look in New York. I found the same thing with people doing parking tickets, you know what I mean? Not to me now, I've heard them saying, "If you don't do this, sir, I'm going to call the cops. Everything's I'm going to call the cops." Why don't they just get over that shit? You know, end all and be all, I didn't like New York, you know what I mean? It's a great looking city and stuff like that, but I didn't like the attitudes. Didn't like it at all, you know, it's weird. So for that to happen to somebody, to put your knee on somebody's throat until they actually die, is just absolutely disgraceful. It's sickening, and those cops need to be locked up. No, not locked up. Give them the chair. It's disgusting. I don't like that at all. I really don't. So yeah, I had to bring that up because I just feel, you know, something really has to be done about that. You know what I mean? You can't just dismiss and just go, "Oh, those cops were dismissed," and stuff like that. I know it's America and it's miles away from us, but you know, something has to be done. They can't keep having that outcome and people constantly getting shot for just pulling up in your car. You know, it's weird. It's just weird. Anyway, that's my little rant over. But like, God rest. George Floyd was his name, by the way. That's the man's name. He was a big man, and for the cops to not recognise that somebody's actually dying is just, you know, just infuriates me. I had to bring that up. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, it just wrecks my head, that sort of stuff, you know. But I'm going to bring up subjects like that along the way. People want to talk about all that sort of stuff, and I will bring it up, and we'll bring it up in the show. But I did base the whole show on entertainment and bringing some light into it. But people do want to talk about some of the bits that are getting in on their nerves, or things that they need to talk about. Like, one of them is definitely depression. I've been asked to talk about that quite a lot, and that's the truth. Loads of people have texted me, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and find out the websites. We will have the websites. Alice Dodrell is my cousin's name. She is professional at what she does, and she's going to basically tell everyone basically what websites, where to go, how, you know, for whatever information, even after the show. So even after the show, she says, I continue to take phone calls and help people, so they can ring me after the show if they don't know where to go, where to start with something. You can come and see, talk to me, and I'll put you in the right direction, exactly who to contact and where to, and what to do. So it's very important, I think, you know, and all these services are very important at the moment, because we're all in the deep end. We're all in the deep end at the moment. We're getting there. It's starting to sneak back out, and we're getting there, and we will get there, of course. So what is your plans, everyone, for the weekend? I hope you're going to have a lovely weekend at whatever it is you get up to. It's lovely sunny. I'm sure loads of people are going to have their music bingo. People are going to have their the little pool out the back garden for the kids. A few cans in the front garden with navies across the road, because you're allowed to have 4 of your kind of close friends or something like that, or 4 people close to you or whatever. I don't know what exactly. You're allowed 4 people of 4 altogether. I don't know how many people I seen over the last couple of weeks was more than 4. There's more than 4. You're allowed 4 friends over, or 4, family members and stuff like that. People that are close to you, or people that are not far of that being isolating. So that's the way they're opening it up bit by bit. So we're not even now phase 1. Bingo and a drink. Maria Butler. Yes. What day is the bingo? The bingo is Maria, what day is having the bingo? Is it Sunday? Now, let me see. I was in the shop the other day, and this is from Jenny Bean. I was talking to a friend that I haven't seen in quite a while, and in a while, and a Chinese girl turned around to me and says, "Hey, you, 2 meter distance, you want to talk outside?" Very rude she was. 2 meter distance, I don't know. Maria's having, yes, so 2 meter distance, yeah. And why is 2 meter distance, or what way was that working? I know you probably had your friend, or you probably close. It could have been a family member. People don't know, like, if it's a family member. I'm not sure they don't, Jenny. So it's hard to answer that one really, because I don't know who you're really with. But like, but like some people are taking it much more serious than others. Some other people are just ticked off with it and just getting on with it, and some other people are really, really taking it fairly seriously. So they really are. Painting and doing up the house, Mark Barty. And he's going to have a few cans as well, I bet you. Mark Barty's doing up the gaff. Matina, it's Mark Barty's birthday on Saturday. Shh, don't tell him I told you. Oh, Mark, is your birthday on Saturday? Mark. Will we say happy birthday to Mark? Mark, here we go. This is from Mark. Ready, Mark?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Birthday to you.
Woohoo! There we go, Mark. Happy birthday to you, buddy. Yeah, happy birthday. Yes, and also you can give me a call on 08766075223 if you really want to. And I'm looking forward to on next week's shows, because next week's shows we have a super lineup of people, and we're going to have I'm going to be starting off with Rudder Stewart he's all the way over in Sweden at the moment, and he's going to be on the show. We're going to have him here on the screen. He's going to be doing a Zoom call here for us, and we're going to be having a little bit of a banter and talking about this, that and the other. And so we'll have him on, and then straight after that we're going to have Aaron Brown. He's UFC, and also he's a fantastic singer and guitar player, and he's going to tell you more about how he ended up taking on the UFC fighting. You know what I mean? It's a tough sport. Still waiting on Conor McGregor to drop me over me proper 12. I'll be left waiting, I think. Conor, where's me proper 12? I was waiting on him to sponsor the show. We should have at least drop over a case of proper 12 every month. My liver's finding its way of healing. Yeah. 2 meter distance, Jenny is saying. Yes. Oh, well, look, we're going to get loads of people saying you're not 2 meters apart, and people taking out measuring tapes, and people get really wound up about all the 2 meter distance, and then they're talking about reducing it to 1.5 meters. So it's kind of, I've seen people having scuffles in the pubs, or not the pubs. What am I saying? The pubs, the shops. The pubs. It'd be great if the pubs were open, but they're not. In the shops, giving out over like trolleys and certain distances, and then giving out over things that are on sale. It's mine. And then at the beginning, people were killing each other over Jack's rolls. It's a loaf of bread you want to be worried about. Yeah. It is this Saturday or next Saturday, Mark Barty is saying. Is it this Saturday or next Saturday? Yeah, birthday. I don't know. It's your bleeding birthday. That's Mark Barty. He's saying it's his... how am I supposed to... It's Mark's birthday on Saturday, Martina is saying. And Mark is saying, is it this Saturday or next Saturday? You better tell us, Mark. We just sang happy birthday to you, you big feck up and all, like you. Gee, you need the max and eights. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, so what else we got on? Oh, yeah, I have Tuesday is Jeff Keaton, and I'm looking forward to having Jeff on the show. and I'll put up. It's already loads of announcements up on my page of who I have up on. I have no, I can't pronounce his name, because I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. Paul. I know he's all the way down in he's down in Clare. He's a chef and he's absolutely brilliant. I might have been watching his stuff on his page actually for quite a while before I got him as a guest. I was looking at him and he was really worried about staff. Of all the things he was worried about was his staff. He wasn't worried about like his business closing down. He was actually worried about paying them. All right, okay, Maria is annoying me. She's saying, "I told you, do a song. Let me see. Okay. Just for you. Okay. Now, what song will I do? Oh, I don't know. What am I in the humor singing? I don't know. Do you know what? I really need to get back in touch with my music. I really do. Really do. Mm-hmm. Let me just get my levels right here. Let me just see if I got to get these right here. Hang on.
The night time, 60 weeks of sleep inside, and I hear her voice. I shake my window, I speak seducing sighs, in me out into the night time. For walls won't hold me tonight. In this town, but an apple, and let me take a bite. And they say, why? I tell them that it's human nature. Why? 'Cause they do be that way. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? 'Cause they do be that way. Reaching out, touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl, she knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? 'Cause they do be that way. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? 'Cause they do be that way. I live in this way. I like loving this way. The morning, the city's heart begins to beat. Reaching out, I touch her shoulders. I'm dreaming on a street. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? 'Cause they do be that way. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? 'Cause they do be that way. I like that this way. Da 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 da. Why? 'Cause they do be that way. If they say why? Ooh, I tell them. Ooh, 'cause they do be that way. If they say why? Da 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 da. Why? 'Cause they do be that way. I like that this way, baby. Ooh. 'Cause they do be that way. That way. And no other one. That way. And no other one. No one.
There we go, a bit of Michael. Bit of Michael Jackson for you, yeah, of course. There we go. Marie, I hope you enjoyed that one. Yes. On this lovely warm day. There's so many songs that we could sing. Do you know what I was going to do? I never thought of this. Here's what we could do. Look, hang on. I'm only thinking of this. Now, I'm a silly Billy, am I? No, what's this? Hang on. This is what we're going to do tonight. Let me see. Bear with me. Okay. This is what we could have done all along. We could have done this all along. We could have done this at the beginning. Which one is good? Okay. I'm taking a chance. I'm using YouTube for this. Okay. I'm gonna have karaoke just for a sec. Are you ready for it? Aha! See, you didn't think we could think of that. Are you ready? You say you wander your own land, but when I think about it, I don't see how you can. I don't like that version, so let's do it again. You ready? Here we go. I wanted to think of this. We could have done a karaoke competition. Yeah. Yeah, but let's try this one, okay? You ready? Let's sing it together. Not sure. You say you wander your own land, but when I think about it, I don't see how you can. You're making, you're breaking, and I can see the pain in your eyes. 'Cause everybody's changing and I don't know why. He's ready, let's do it. So little time, try to understand that I'm trying to make a move just to stay in the game. I try to stay awake and remember my name, but everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. You're gone from here and soon you'll disappear, fading into beautiful light. 'Cause everybody's changing and I don't know why. I don't feel right. Sorry. So little time, try to understand that I'm trying to make a move just to stay in the game. I try to stay awake and remember my name, but everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. there we go. A bit of Keen. There we go. A bit of karaoke. Let me see. What's Jenny saying? She's giving out already. Look, Jenny being, no, I don't like that song. I don't like it. Jenny doesn't like this stuff. Unless it's Michael Jackson, she doesn't like it. Isn't that right? Don't like that song, Jenny saying again. Yeah. Brilliant song. Mark sings that song. He loves that song. Lorraine. Hello, Lorraine. How are you? Excuse me. Lorraine Brazil Malone. Hello. How are you? You're very welcome. How are you doing? We were having a bit of karaoke. We were having a bit of karaoke. I can't sing, Anne says. You can't sing. Oh, you can't sing. Well, that's what we'll have to do. We'll have to get people to phone in. We'll have karaoke live, or we'll do we get a Zoom and we'll have karaoke, and we'll get that's what you could do actually. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have karaoke on here. We're going to have a karaoke night. That's what we'll do. So we'll bring on somebody on Zoom and we'll put on the video song and we'll go for it. That's what we'll do. We'll see if we can get it. I'm telling you, I'll suss out this shit if it kills me. Yeah, I love Michael Jackson, she just says. Now, let me see. Did I get an interesting text? Because was that worth having a look at my phone? Let me see. Did I get an interesting text? Or it's just, sometimes I get gobbledygook, you know? Some gobbledygook. Everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. Yes, I don't feel the same. Sounds good to me. Yes, okay. Do you know what, Jenny? I'll do another song for you then. I'll do a Michael-y one. Marie Butler. Oh, do you know what? There was a lovely song I actually found. It's actually a Michael Jackson song. Now, it is karaoke. And here it is. It's the piano version. Now, sometimes they don't be exactly the same, but... let me see if I can find it. Ah, there it is. There you are. You just hold it out on me there. There we go. So we're going to do this. Zoom would blow up if we went on to sing it. It probably would, Anne. But it doesn't matter. We could call it karaoke. Yeah, we call it the Walker Talker karaoke show. You know, we could have it at a certain time, the karaoke hour, or the karaoke half an hour, or we can invite one or two people and we could do karaoke. Or we could get the special guests to make them sing a song. Here we go. Here's your karaoke song. You have to sing it. I wonder what they sing it. I don't really know. Anyway, here's a nice song. I've wrote this out for you. There we go. See it there? Yeah, I have. I've wrote it out on the YouTube. Heal the World. Yes, I have. And I'm going to play it. So we'll sing it together. Yes, it's a lovely song, and I think it fits because the world is upside down at the moment. It really is. Now this is the piano version, so I can't remember if it's how many bars is to come in on this song. So I think this might be short 4 bars or something, like 2 bars. So I'll have it. I'll just browse out of here. If I get it wrong at the start, don't mind me. I can always start again. Sing along. We can let them without having a few cans or a few pints in the pub. We could do this for a Monday club. We could have the Monday club karaoke live. My brain is thinking overtime here. I'm thinking of so many things. Are you ready? Here we go.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place got much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there. If you care enough for the living, make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world and make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel fear or dread. We stop existing and start living. And then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world. Make a better world. Heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. And there are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling life? Who will desert, crucify its soul? Though it's plain to see this world is heavenly. Be God's glow. We can fly so high. Let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if we care enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world and make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world and make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. And there are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. One more time. Heal the world and make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Oh, yeah. Make a better place for you and for me. A better place. Oh, make a better place for you and for me. A better place, yeah. Oh, yeah. Make a better place for you and for me. You and for me. You and for me. The world we live in. You and for me. You and for me.
There we go, a Michaely one. There we go. That guy has a bit of piano going on his YouTube channel, and we just so it's back again. Oh my God, you're a monster! Yeah, there we go. A bit of sorry. Yeah, what did I do with it? Yeah, there we go. I'll just pause that there. There we go. Yeah, so a bit of karaoke. Yeah, it's great. We can do all that. We can do all the karaoke here. That could be something we could add to the show, isn't it? A bit of karaoke, you know what I mean? Instead of in the car, we can have people in the building doing karaoke. Let me see what people are saying. Yeah, oh yeah, no problem. I'm sure you're singing, Anne says. It doesn't matter. You can sing whatever you want. We don't care, Anne. You can sing whatever you want. Jenny saying brilliant. I knew she'd like the Michael Jackson stuff. So Jenny, there we go. That's for Jenny as well. Lorraine Brazil Malone. This she's going. She like Mark Barry loved it, and there we go. Never lost it, Anto. Jeez, David, never had it. There we go. So I hope he's enjoyed the show tonight. Now I didn't have a special guest, but we got through bit by bit, and isn't that what it's all about? Having a bit of entertainment. Now we've got a great show lined up for next week, so make sure you just jump on board. I'm really looking forward to next week's shows because some great ones are lined up, and so we get them all on board. Now it's time for me to probably disappear into the depths of the darkness. Yes, it is indeed, into the depths of the darkness and disappear. But I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to thank you very much. And by the way, Emily, who's celebrating her 15th birthday, she's with our man Paula Spain. Happy birthday if you didn't get to see that. And Nolene O'Connell, who's in hospital. Get well soon, and we'll see it at home. We'll get the old teapot on, and we'll have a cup of tea. And to all you folks, thanks to all my special guests for dropping in. We had Davy Lewis dropping in, and Steve Carroll, who's at the being working in the background of the show here as we were on, and he's running. Stevie Carroll has teamed up with me on the show, and we're going to be making the show better and better as we go along. We're going to be looking at different aspects to the show and things we can add to it, and prizes and stuff like that. And when we get out of the lockdown, we'll be able to bring different people on. So Stevie Carroll there, he's working on loads of stuff in the background, and big thanks to Stevie, and some brighter things to come. And hopefully we'd one or two things that lemons to happen from time to time when you're live streaming, but generally the show has gone quite well over the last couple of weeks and got stronger and stronger. And then we can bring things to you, on the show that you're looking for. Like we can say happy birthday, we can even have karaoke, we can do whatever we want. Here, I'll show you this before I go. I normally disappear at 10 o'clock, but this is and I'll write it out here for you. Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna play this for the people all over the world. Okay, this is I'm gonna play this for you. This is that's not it, I don't think. No. That could have been a disaster. There was a disaster waiting to happen. Oh my God, you're a monster. You and all that fairy tale trash. Yeah, Shrek. I love Shrek. Did you like Shrek? I like Shrek, yeah. Hang on. I'll type in the rest of that. There we are. How are you? Yes, have I got the right one there? Yes, I do. I'm going to just show you. I might as well put this on the screen. Okay, I'm going to play this for Jenny Bean. She's a major Michael Jackson fan. And so was Anne Doyle and Marie Butler, and we've loads of. So I'm going to play a little piece of this before I say goodbye. I'm not saying goodbye just yet, just before I go. This is just a piece of me in Copenhagen a couple of years back. Well, a few years back. I think it was 2014. But this is when I was doing working day and night and things I do for you. But I'm just going to show you working day and night. So here's the song. Here, I'll show you me and the band. Hang on a second. There we go. That was me in action in Copenhagen there. We're just showing you a little bit of that. I just thought we'd bring that to you. There we go. Hope he's enjoyed that. No, I do indeed. Now, I hope he's had a great night tonight, and hopefully we'll have all our special guests that we wanted on, or that we have scheduled. That they'll come on. Now, normally we've had them all actually. That was the first one that didn't make it. In the history of the show so far, so we're doing very well, but things happen. No, actually, I am wrong. One didn't make it, but we got a week's notice. That was Dave Young a long time ago, but then he eventually came on the show. So I hope he's had a great night, and whatever you do, make sure you have a great time.